Thanks, Bob, for your excellent data on local schools, and congratulations to Silicon Valley schools, and there are lots of them, that substantially increased their API scores this year. That shows there's a lot of hard work going on in the classroom. But what the data also show is the conflict between the state's primary measurement, the Academic Performance Index, or API, and the federal accountability tool known as AYP, or Adequate Yearly Progress. Most schools continue to show growth in their API scores for the state, even as increasing numbers are failing to make their federal target under AYP. That's not only creating confusion, it will cause major problems because low-income schools that consistently don't make their AYP target will face severe sanctions under the federal No Child Left Behind law unless Congress revises it soon, hopefully next year. The two systems have different measurements, which is why they're seemingly at odds. API measures students' progress in learning, so say students who are 2 years behind the grade level in reading at the start of the year will get credit if they're only 1 year behind at the end of the year. The feds measure only one goal, and that's the portion of students who are proficient, which is defined as at grade level. County Superintendent Chuck Weiss likens the API to a broad jump, where you try to do better and go farther than you did last time, while the API is like a high jump. Either you make it over the bar or you don't, and the bar is going to get increasingly higher. Under No Child Left Behind, every child must be proficient in English and math by the year 2014. That's only 5 years away, and frankly, it's not going to happen. This year, in order to make their AYP target, 47% of students in a school had to be proficient in math, English, and science. Less than a quarter of the middle schools in Santa Clara County achieved that goal for all racial and ethnic subgroups. That's nothing to brag about. Next year, 57% of students in a school in California must be proficient to make the federal AYP target. In other words, schools that haven't reached their AYP by now will probably find it next to impossible to make it from now on. API and AYP have their virtues and their faults. The Fed should give credit to gradual progress and credit students who are showing improvement even if they're not yet proficient. The state should press harder for quicker improvement too, and it should raise the bar. The state says all schools should shoot for an API score of 800, but proficiency under API is actually 875, so there should be no celebrating until that goal is reached. To meld both the AYP and API systems into one sensible standard for California, API needs to be tinkered with, and AYP under No Child Left Behind should be revamped, with the harshest sanction only reserved for the worst performing schools. President Obama has promised flexibility with No Child Left Behind, and here's a good place to start. For more data, turn to the Silicon Valley Education Foundation website, svefoundation.org, and the County Office of Education website, www.sccoe.k12.ca.us. This is John Fensterwald of the Silicon Valley Education Foundation. Thanks for your attention.